we all know that COVID is going to is going to affect recruiting, but can you start by telling us how it may affect your roster, most specifically limiting your roster and how these limited roster spots will change the landscape of recruiting kind of across all the college ranks? So you can speak about your program, but other programs that you know of all
Yes.
levels. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think, basically it doesn't have to be about our program as much as through the lens of a college coach. This is what's happening. There's going to be a big trickle down effect. And so starting with us, we, in a normal year, would have had 3 seniors. We would have been looking to bring in 4 guys. Naturally, there's some attrition, especially in some Division III programs where maybe some guys don't continue to play. And I'll kind of get into that too. But we had 2 guys that are going to take a gap semester. So now we have 1 senior. And so our recruiting for 2021 went from we were going to bring in 4 to now we're looking to bring in 2 on paper as of today, because that's assuming that everyone that we have on the team now comes back for another year. And I think everyone's in a similar boat. So let's say in Division I is even tougher because with all those athletes being on scholarship, they're coming back for another year. So at Division III, not everyone can afford to pay for a 5th year, but with Division I, many of those athletes are coming back. So there's even less spots at that Division I level. I think this will trickle, and Corey can speak on this, but there's less spots at the prep level too. And I think what it means for everyone is the earlier you can get clear on the level, and then within the level, what schools are you have a serious interest in, that's going to help the marriage, because you're trying to find that soulmate of a college. You're trying to find a marriage that's going to last for 4 years. There's already been a lot of transfers. I think there will be even more after this year, but it also doesn't have to be if people can get really clear and intentional on what they're looking for. And one thing I'd add too is for us to find the right 2 guys, we love for them to come and play with our guys and do an overnight. That gives us valuable feedback about what's going to work. And I think other schools are probably similar. There's a little less room for error. Like we really have to learn about people over the phone and on Zoom. And I think that can work both ways. So you can sell yourself and separate yourself. And like a job interview, you can also turn some coaches off with every interaction that each kid, young man, young woman is having. So I guess that's a maybe, good starting point, and we can go from there.
Yeah. So it sounds like, everybody's going to have limited roster spots. Everybody's going to be in a little bit different situation. Sounds like yours could literally be cut in half from 4 to 2 on paper. So you're just going to have to be a little bit pickier about who you take. So like, for example, a favorite phrase of a college coach is, I think I want to take a chance on this kid. I want to take a chance. That's like one of the favorite phrases of college coaches. They might be really good. You might not take that kid in his class because you need the sure thing. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. And I know you've got some questions where we'll even get into how we're looking at guys and how we're trying to make decisions, and how to filter things and where to go from there.
Okay, great.